The sound of silence. Don't worry, I'm not about to start singing, I promise. However, is there really such a thing as the sound of silence? What about the idea of the silence being deafening or oppressive? Are these just overly dramatic ways to describe an environment? Well, I'm not so sure. I actually think there's something to the idea of there being different types of silence. For example, check out this incredible clip from a beautiful snowy day.
Well, this is absolutely beautiful. I cannot stress enough how amazing today is and how wonderful it is to be out in these conditions and seeing the woodlands, seeing the murky valley and all of the passing drifting snow. But my goodness me, I'm feeling my age, and let me tell you, I love this, but wow, a nice open roaring fire in a house, on a canal boat, wherever it is that it's warm, I would love to be there too. Whew. Look at this. Look at where I am. I cannot believe it. And with the snow on the ground, many of you will likely be aware how silent that starts to make the world. So somewhere off to the right hand side here, we've got the River Dee getting swollen by melting snow and general rainfall of the past few days. And apart from that, in fact, even the sound of that is barely audible. Apart from that, it's literally just my own breath, a very few hardy birds hanging around, and the sound of melting snow drip, drip, dripping off the trees.
So, what do you make of that, my friends? We've just seen some beautiful footage and an incredible place, and then stopped and literally listened to basically nothing. The silence couldn't have been any more wonderful to experience at that point. However, here I am, only a few minutes' walk from that very same spot I was just filming in, and just let me play this clip now of how utterly quiet it was here in the woods at midnight while I was setting up my head torch to start doing this bit of filming. So now that you've heard that, and that audio was massively raised from how it was recorded, by the way, it really just was utterly silent out there. Would you say that that silence as I walk through the woods at midnight into the darkness is as pleasing and peaceful, and if I can use a ridiculous term, has the same tone as the silence we heard in the snowy clip? Because I think that the silence here plays a far more menacing role. Admittedly, I was the idiot out there filming this at the time, so perhaps I am feeling the emotions and the sense of oppressive, dark, and silence around me a little bit more than you might do watching this on screen. Perhaps a better way to consider it would be, what would it be like if there was noise? In the first snowy clip, if there were cars revving and racing down a nearby road, it would utterly ruin the experience. But the silence absolutely enhanced it and made it a wonderful place to be. If there were cars revving and idiots driving like lunatics at midnight around while I was walking through the woods, perhaps I might have a little bit of a fear of what sort of foolishness I might stumble into, but the actual noise, I think, would break the tension. It would be a sign of civilization and a sign that said, well, you're not so isolated after all. So, as abstract as it may seem, I actually do believe you can hear different kinds of silence. And if hearing the silence doesn't sit well with you, maybe it would be better to describe it as you can feel the different kinds of silence. Anyway, I've said silence so many times now that I really should let you have some of it. So thank you very much for tuning in. Please do subscribe. Consider checking out my books about life on a canal boat if you want to support the channel, or subscribing or following me on the various services. And, well, until the next time, keep it peace-worthy, keep it boat-worthy, Have a fantastic time, and of course, farewell.